Today, I thought I would bring you guys the low-effort, low-quality shitposts that you have been craving and might just revive my channel without having to upload Fortnite. I'm bringing you guys a reaction video of Watch Mojo's top 10 Call of Duty Zombie Easter eggs. If you've ever seen Watch Mojo's other zombies videos, they're pretty funny. They uploaded a top 10 zombies maps, and it honestly sounded like the guy had never played zombies before in his life. He just went on to the Wikipedia page, grabbed a couple zombies maps, threw together a video in less than an hour, and that's what that was. And the whole zombies community kind of watched that video and was like, what? What the hell was that? They've done it again, though. They've brought us more zombies content. Watch Mojo's the kind of channel that will throw a bunch of shit at the wall and see what sticks. It's kind of like NGT Zombies when a brand new DLC comes out. We're just going to upload a fuck ton of videos and maybe one of them will succeed. And that's kind of what they do here. And now they've entered the zombies domain. I got to give them credit though. They're not uploading Fortnite content. They're uploading Call of Duty Zombies content. So maybe they're a welcomed member of the community, and maybe we should actually embrace Watch Mojo into the zombies community. Who knows? This could be a pretty good top 10. They're making a top 10 zombies video. That's basically what a lot of zombie YouTubers do. Anyway, I thought it would be fun to do a reaction to this video and see what we get ourselves into. Hopefully it's better than their last top 10. Let's jump into it.
Hey, if you can get past the onslaught of the undead, you might find something interesting.
Oh, they got some relaxing footage in here at round 7 because he's
Mojo.com, and today we're looking at the top 10
I like how they
Call of
open up
Duty
with a
zombie
Sarah Michelle
Easter
Gellar
eggs.
quote from Call of Duty.
Getting everything wrong.
Perfect
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great stuff. For this list, we're taking a look at every Easter egg in every popular Call of Duty Zombies map, and picking out what we found made going off the beaten path
I find some
worth
Johnny
the
J
effort.
25
From hidden cutscenes to boss fights to sense of
get my
accomplishment,
shitty gameplay
achievement or no
That's
achievement.
what you want.
Also, since we are on the topic of zombies, a mature content warning.
Shit. This explains it. This explains why my videos get demonetized. It's because I haven't put the mature content warning at the beginning of the video.
It's now
Anyway,
in
let's
effect.
jump into it.
Number 10, the hidden music. Multiple Call of Duty games. From the first zombie map, Nacht der Untoten, music became a small hidden staple for the series. However, it was Verrucht that helped to shine light on the amazing talents of Elena Siegman and Kevin Sherwood, both lending their talents for future songs in the Zombies soundtrack, like Shino Numa's The One, Der Riese's Beauty of Annihilation, and Kino der Toten's
Der Riese.
115.
Alright, I gotta pause it so that I don't get copyrighted for the music. I do like the shout out to Kevin Sherwood and Elena Sigmund. I've met Kevin Sherwood. He's an awesome dude. He also every so often catches Zombros. So I do actually like the shout out to Kevin Sherwood and Elena Sigma right there. That is pretty dope. So, you know what? You're off to a good start, Watch Mojo. Although, oh god, I cringe every time you like jump into a pseudo-German accent when you mention a German rap. You say like Kino der Toten, der Riese. You don't even say der Riese, right? You say der Riese or something like that. It's just like Kino der Toten. You just like jump into it and then switch back into your just normal voice. Like what?
They would continue to lend their talents in future Zombies installments, along with artists like Eminem and Avenged Sevenfold. It certainly helps to have some kick-ass music while you're fighting, right?
See, the thing about Eminem is that, like, it's not like Eminem wrote this song for Call of Duty. They just threw it in there. So it's not like Eminem was like, yeah, this is for Call of Duty right here. But, you know, it's effort. It's effort, I guess.
Number 9, Der Rise, Flytrap. World at War, Black Ops, and Black Ops 3. Samantha Maxis may be akin to a dogmatic god that controls all the zombies and all other monstrosities sent after everyone, but she's still a child who loves to play games. After pack-a-punching any weapon, you must shoot the wooden panel in the alley to start her game, which requires you to find all the 8 hidden items on the map. This marked the first interactive Easter egg in Call of Duty Zombies maps, and it was surprisingly entertaining. The Easter egg certainly tests your knowledge of the map, while also giving you a small break from fighting the hordes, provided none are chasing you at the time. Unfortunately, Samantha's kind of a sore loser, and provides you with nothing for winning her game.
Don't you freakbags see how this is always gonna go?
Number 8.
You know, it's not actually, you know, a bad choice to include there. It is one of the original Easter eggs. I don't like how you say Der Riese. It sounds more like Die Rise than you say like Der Rise. It's like an abomination of Der Riese and Die Rise put together. But you know, not off to a bad start, Watch Mojo. Your first 2 places better than expected.
8. Revelations for the good of all. Black Ops 3.
We're talking about the apothecary.
Call of Duty Zombies has come a long way from being a minor side game to a full-blown series with an actual story to tell. But all stories must come to an end. After erasing your other selves, the time has come to finally take down the Shadow Man. Moving between dimensions and time to revisit old maps is kind of a blast. Multiple boss fights, rituals to be had, all leading to one final showdown against the Shadow Man himself.
Keep it coming. You know I always want it.
This is one of the longest Easter eggs, and most challenging.
The
but
longest
we think the ending cutscene
Easter
alone
eggs, you can kiss my ass. The speed at which Lex did this Easter egg and Easter eggs for charity was unheard of. This was the fastest Easter eggs in EE4C. I think like the world record is 18 minutes. We did it in like 30 something. Lex did it in like 20 something. This is literally one of the shortest Easter eggs in Zombies. It's really easy to do. And this comes from the guy that didn't even do Revelations until Easter eggs for charity, and I still knocked it out in under 40 minutes.
It's worth it.
This Easter
we
egg
get to see Malcolm
is
McDowell
pretty
send
short.
all our heroes to become the Knights Templar. Sweet.
Listen, I'm not really going to judge them for getting the story wrong because a lot of people get the story wrong. I mean, I hear it and I'm like, well, they don't become the Knights Templar, and they don't really try to erase themselves. In fact, they try to do the exact opposite. So I'm not going to give them crap for getting the story wrong, considering most of the community doesn't understand the story to begin with. So those are the kind of things I'm going to let be water under the bridge.
Number 7. Call of the Dead. Stand-in. Black Ops. The original crew appears to be absent in this map, until the actors hear mysterious sounds coming from behind a vault door.
More
it turns out that
relaxing
Richtofen still
gameplay,
can't get the
yet
teleporter
Johnny J
working
gets
properly,
snubbed.
and the four are now
Get
stuck
outta
in
here with
here,
this shit.
meaning it's up to the actors, turned zombie-killing machines, to help them out.
Is anyone out there? We're stuck in this room.
The Wunderwaffe reward is kinda lackluster, seeing how it's just a temporary power-up, but it's the banter between the actors and the original cast that steals the show here. It's just too bad we can't get the door open and have a full 8-man zombie-killing team.
What's this button do?
Number 6.
I feel like they completely miss the mark with that. The Wunderwaffe is one of the coolest rewards we've ever gotten out of an Easter egg because it not just is there for that game, but it's there for every subsequent game. Every time you kill George from then on out, you no longer get a death machine. You get a Wunderwaffe, and considering it's the only automatic one-hit kill wonder weapon in the map, it's great. It's one of those, because most Easter egg rewards, you do the challenge, and then you get maybe permanent perks, or you get a new special weapon, or you don't even get anything sometimes, and it's only for that game. But this is a reward that lasts multiple games. Not to mention it was the first ever Easter egg to be able to done in solo multiplayer. It's also one of the funniest Easter eggs. God, Call of the Dead Easter egg is great, and I'm glad it gets mentioned in this list, but they completely missed the mark on what makes it so great.
Shangri-La. Time will tell. Black
Shangri-La.
Ops and Black Ops 3.
Man, this guy just loves
Every
to
player
pronounce things
acknowledges
like a
the
retard.
difficulty of choosing 4 perks out of the 8 available. Yeah, aside from Juggernog, of course. Well, thanks to a mysterious treasure hidden in a jungle-like temple, you can feel the ultimate power of owning all 8
What the hell is a
perks.
jungle-like
but
temple?
only you.
It's just a
Mine.
temple in a jungle.
Mine! I'll control them all!
While this Easter egg doesn't add all that much lore or story, just the sheer power of 8 never-ending perks makes it worth
Oh,
doing.
God.
And since it can
This
be repeated,
Easter
your
egg
whole
adds
team can get the
more
never-ending
lore than
power
most
too.
Easter eggs. So I feel like Shangri-La adds so much more lore than any other Easter egg, because this was the first time we got a glimpse into Richtofen's own little side quest. Like, we look at the altar, we see the focusing stone, but what's engraved on the altar? Richtofen's name. It's just like, Call of the Dead doesn't really add much lore. You just have our 4 characters kind of playing in Call of the Dead while the other 4 characters are stuck in a room. You get Nikolai some vodka so he chills out, and Richtofen tells you to grab the real device. But it's just like, Shangri-La adds so much lore, not to mention that, like, it's just a cool Easter egg, Shangri-La. Like, you're time traveling, you have the eclipse. This Easter egg adds more lore than most Easter eggs. Shangri-La is one of the most interesting maps in terms of story, and they just gloss right over it. Frustrating.
Black Ops 3.
Shaking my head, Watch Mojos. Do you even play Call of Duty or
Here
read the
there be
story?
dragons, and mechs, and drunk Russians. Well, let's put it this way. Zombies are the least of your concern. As part of the Origins crew, you've come to erase Nikolai, but dragons stand in your way, so you'll need to work together
So
to
you're
reach
not
the
quite
original
you're not.
Russian.
I know I said I'd let them go for their storyline comments, but you're not erasing Nikolai. You're killing Nikolai, then collecting his soul. Like, I know it sounds nitpicky, but like from a story arc perspective, it's much different.
Only by your drunkenness, Nikolai.
Aside from the awesome dragons in this Easter egg, including being able to summon them for help, it's the fact that it leads up to 2 epic final boss fights, one after the other, that makes working towards this Easter egg all the more worth it. Hey, anyone remember when this series was just about killing Nazi zombies? Number 4.
I think we might be on the same page right now, me and Watch Mojo, actually, because that's one of the cool things about the Gorod Krovi Easter egg, is that it feels like a battle. You're there in this arena, and you're fighting the Nikolai mech, and then once you defeat the Nikolai mech, you then have to take down the dragon, or the other way around, actually. That's pretty fun, and that's one of the coolest things about it. And like I said, yeah, we started off in Toten with no story, just 4 unnamed Marines, to the point where now we are in this arena fighting dragons and robots, and some may say that it gets away from the heart of what zombies is really about, but in other ways, I love it. And then it redeems itself with actually a quite emotional cutscene as Nikolai confronts his drunken self, who has kind of just swallowed his bitter sorrows away with alcoholism. It's a really interesting scene, and I agree with Watch Mojo on this one. I don't know if I'd put it at 5, but it is one of the highlights in Black Ops 3.
Origins, Little Lost Girl, Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 3.
Fuck this Easter.
Want to go unnoticed by your prey? Get their scent all over you.
This one is a
Time
pain
to
in
turn
the
back the clock and travel to another dimension. Starting what will be the end of the original storyline, this Easter egg is surprisingly easy and short compared to most of the others. You'll need to collect all elemental staves.
This Easter egg is easy and short. No, this Easter egg is long and a pain in the ass, especially in solo. I mean, some people can do it in like 40 minutes or so, but when you consider that people can do Revelations in 18 minutes, I've seen people do Ascension in under 10 minutes. This is one of the longer Easter eggs, especially when you're not necessarily rushing but going at a reasonable pace. It could take anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours, depending on how many setbacks you have. Not to mention, when you're sitting there waiting for RNG, this is one of the slowest, most painful Easter eggs. I've gotten into arguments with the Smith Plays about this, and my argument boils down to this map is so large, there's so much to do, it's a bunch of stupid fetch quests. I hate this map sometimes, and I hate the Easter egg on this map. Oh god, maybe the Smith Plays is like, he's like clapping this video up like, you go, Watch Mojo, you know what this Easter egg's all about. No, this Easter egg is not for me. Get this out of my top 10.
3 giant robots to get this Easter egg
not
going.
My top 10.
If you can actually rein your destructive tendencies in, you'll find an intriguing little cutscene at the end, featuring 2 major characters.
You get to make
It's
the
an
rules.
intriguing cutscene.
I promise.
Cutscene.
Number 3, Der
Tore the
Eisendrache, my
community
brother's
apart.
keeper, Black Ops 3.
Wait,
With
I
the
wanna
Origins
rewind
crew
for a
back,
minute. I
Der
wanna
Eisendrache's
rewind.
Easter eggs crew back. Number 3, Der Eisendrache, my brother's keeper.
Oh, okay, so I thought for a minute he dropped the German accent. He like does a half German accent there. Listen, if you're gonna do the German accent, commit to it. Don't do it all the way for 3 maps and then halfway for 1 map. Watch Mojo, where are your standards?
Black Ops 3. With the Origins crew back, Der Eisendrache's Easter egg wasn't just fun,
See,
but it
there-
also
there
acted
it
as a
does it.
landmark for Call of Duty zombies. While boss zombies have existed before, they were more or less just a distraction or a small challenge. Having to work together as a team to bring down the Keeper is challenging though, and your reward is launching missiles to blow up the moon, which is a nice little nod to another
The moon. We're blowing up the moon. And then we're gonna go play moon and blow up the earth.
zombies Easter egg.
Jesus.
The road is long and dark, but I know where we are going.
With all that said and done, we're treated to a heartfelt goodbye to the memorable Tank Dempsey. Oorah, old friend. Oorah. Number 2, Mob of the Dead. Pop goes the weasel. Black
I
Ops
like
2.
this pick. I think
If you
Mob
can't
of
do the
Dead are
time,
number
don't
2.
do the crime. Loop. Major deja vu plays throughout this Easter egg, as the group is still determined to escape this hellish nightmare, revealing that this isn't their first attempt.
Where are those screams coming from?
After betraying and killing the Weasel, the 3 are sentenced to the electric chair and have been forced to relive the cycle over and over. Making use of unique mechanics, such as loosening your coil on the mortal plane, this is a crazy Easter egg in an equally crazy map. It's up to the players in the end to choose whether or not to break or continue the endless cycle. Ah, come on, who are we kidding? Start it up again. Woo! Number 1, Moon.
Jeez. You know, they get the right gist of the Mob of the Dead Easter egg pretty much down What's a little annoying about it is that, like, there's more to it than just the cycle. And there's a lot cooler Easter eggs on this map, I feel like. I guess they're kind of going for the main... See, it's weird. Because, like, in this video, they've kind of done the main Easter egg quests, except for their very first pick, which was the music. Like, they should have maybe included, like, the golden spork into this or something else. I don't know. Like, I wish they had touched on the audio tour that you go on, because I love that, because it plays into the fact that you're in Alcatraz, which is, like, now a museum where you would go on an audio tour, but you get an audio tour that gives you backstory and insight into this map. That's one of the coolest parts to me, and not to mention that you have multiple endings to it. I like their placement of Mob of the Dead at the number 2 spot. I just don't know if I really like their description of it.
Richtofen's grand scheme, Black Ops and Black Ops 3.
Oh god, Richtofen would not, or not Richtofen, Rados.
The original cast of Call of Duty Zombies has had quite the adventure, going through time and space to film sets, temples, and...
What the fuck is up with this guy's, like, emphasis on words? He goes like, the moon, or earlier he said weasel, and now he's going time and space. So it's like, he's talking normally, says a German word, jumps into an accent, then just picks out a random word, he's gonna lengthen it. He's like, Richtofen goes to the moon, and then he meets the weasel, and they go through time and space. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Movie theaters. So, it only really makes sense for them to go to the moon to fend off a zombie threat.
Hey, the moon. We're going to the moon.
It turns out, though, that Richtofen had intended to go to the moon this entire time, as
See,
it
there
slowly revealed that he had
Richtofen,
planned to
but then he
wrestle
goes, moon.
control of
He
the
doesn't say
zombies
it like
away
moon.
from Samantha for his own. Completing this Easter egg won't just give Richtofen control over the zombies, but will give all players the 8 perks, which you can celebrate over watching the mad scientist blow up Earth. Good stuff.
I mean, storyline nitpick, it's Richtofen, it's Maxis who blows up the Earth in order to stop Richtofen from doing that. I mean, this is a divisive Easter egg. I've heard Rados in 27 go on for ages about how this ruins the story, how he doesn't like it. And to me, I don't have a problem with this Easter egg ending. I don't think it's the best Easter egg ending. What I do like is how there's actually 2 Easter eggs in one. So there's one that gives Richtofen control of the zombies, little lost girl, and then there is the final one, which is when you actually blow up the Earth. Or no, it's Cryogenic Slumber Party is the one in which you blow up the Earth. I forget what the one where you actually... Cryogenic Slumber Party is when Richtofen takes control of the zombies. I forget what it is when they blow up the Earth. Maybe Little Lost Girl, although I think that might actually be Origins. I'm getting my Easter egg trophies mixed up. Either way, this Easter egg is cool because it's really 2 Easter eggs in one. You have like part 1, part 2, but it's Maxis who actually ends up blowing up the Earth in an effort to stop Richtofen, and then this has ripples into, say, Nuketown and Transit. I like how in Transit you can actually, or Nuketown, you can actually see this happen in game when the zombies' eyes change. I don't know. It feels very surface to me, Watch Mojo.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch Mojo.
So that is the Watch Mojo Top 10 Call of Duty Zombies Easter eggs. It's not as bad as, say, their Top 10 Zombies maps. You know, this is an improvement. If Watch Mojo wants to continue making zombies content, then they're off to a good start, I guess, because they made a shitty video, and now they made a video that's just mediocre. It's better than some Top 10s that I've seen on YouTube. I agree with most of their picks, although it just felt very surface to me, but what do you expect from a channel that will make videos about literally anything? I mean, look, you've got like top 10 Rick and Morty parodies, top 10 open world games, top 10 awesome Dragon Ball power-up scenes, top 10 most hilarious Simpsons quotes. The list goes on and on. There is nothing sacred, and Watch Mojo would happily make a video on your favorite franchise just so they can get the clicks off of you. So, you know, I'm not surprised it's very surface, but it's an interesting watch, I guess, to see what an outside perspective is on the zombies world. I'm not too upset about the storyline mistakes because people make mistakes about the storyline all the time, and most people don't even get the storyline, so that's water under the bridge. To me, it's just how surface level and basic this is. Like, this is like the basic bitch kind of zombies video. That's going to wrap things up, though, for this low-quality shitpost. If you enjoyed the video, maybe give it a like, possibly subscribe for more. I can't guarantee I'll be reacting to more Watch Mojo top 10s, but maybe I will if they do another one. I hope you all have a wonderful day, though, and bye.